Brock lifted his paddle and touched it to the chief's pad. The two manifests matched. Satisfied, Brock nodded. "Lead the way, Chief." Inside the freighter, they turned aft. It was only a short distance to the cargo hatch. Brock's gaze flicked left and right, taking in the ship's condition. Experience had taught him most smugglers tended toward laxness. He sniffed. The sterile carbon scent of new-changed air scrubbers lingered. The catwalks were clean and clear. That spoke well of the chief, not so much for the purser. "Lieutenant, I don't know why we arrived unscheduled. I just load the pods." The chief palmed the sensor to open the cargo hatch. "Watch your step." Is he worried or a good actor? Brock ducked his head and stepped into the cargo pod. Except for the aisles between the containers, the detachable pod had been loaded deck to bulkhead. He placed his right hand on the pod's interior security sensor. A bright strobe scanned his RFID chip. "Lieutenant Brock Henry, Planetary Peacekeeper Customs, how may I help you?" asked the sensor's speaker. "A Wanda unit," chuckled Brock. "Completely functional?" The chief nodded. "I thought Stoneman phased them out." "There's a few," said the chief. "She's mostly well-behaved." Brock heard the warning edge to the chief's voice. A barely audible undertone drifted down from the overhead speakers. "You wish." Brock smiled. He believed the sassy whisper originated from the Wanda unit, but it could have been the air circulators starting up. "I'm sure she is," cooed Brock. "Wanda, I want a complete sweep level 2. 2? The chief's head snapped in Brock's direction. "Why stop there? Why don't you just check each container physically?" Brock shrugged. "It may come to that. Are you worried?" "I had nothing to do with that purser." The chief's response pleased Brock, but no container in this shipment would escape his scrutiny, and he wanted the chief to send the message to the purser. "Then you have nothing to worry about, Chief. Wanda, proceed." Brock cocked his head. Above the hum of interweaving lasers, he heard a faint, wicked chuckle. He glanced toward the chief. "Wanda's seen a few trips, I'd say." "My predecessor taught her bad habits," said the chief. "He's the only owner I've ever had," said Wanda, "and he's mean." The flashing alarm on his paddle stifled Brock's response. "Unauthorized cargo detected." Wanda's speaker blared a dirge in a dark key. Despite the alarm, a chortle bubbled up from within Brock. "Drama queen, huh? Too many movie nights?" "You got that right, Lieutenant," said the chief. "You load this cargo, Chief?" "Yes, Lieutenant." "And you inspected it?" "Yes, Lieutenant." "You did a piss-poor job," sniped Wanda. Brock ignored the chief's discomfort. He pointed to the cargo display above the sensor pad. "Bring this one forward." "Yes, sir." Chief Keel rearranged the cargo icons on the display. In the pod, containers separated themselves until the one chosen floated up the aisle and settled before Brock. "Chief, do you know what is in this container?" Chief Keel scanned the container with his info pad. Frowning, he typed in another command and scanned the container again. "No, sir. As far as my logs indicate, it's not even here." Brock nodded. The shipment belonged to the Nayas, Dmitri Petronovich, one of the original transhumanists and a ruling member of the Royal Council. The laws mean nothing to royals. Why is he resorting to smuggling? Let's see what the purser is protecting. Stand back. He typed a numbered sequence on the container's keypad and lifted the lid. An ear-splitting alarm shrieked. Brock flinched, raising his left arm. A bright flash blinded him, followed by a concussive wave that flung him backward. A deafening explosion drowned out all other noise, then nothing.